Hey Gearheads, it's me, Johnny, and I'm here to give you one of the first of many walk and talk-esque blogs. Shoutouts to some guy for the inspiration. Shame all your videos got taken down by the bureaucrats over at YouTube. But I want to lay down a little powwow with you people. Earlier today I was going ahead and studying, and I heard of something that happened in Las Vegas. Now, to provide context, some dude from one of the many hotels and casinos on the Strip, from the 36th floor of his hotel room, started opening fire on a Harvest Music Festival, killing 50 people and injuring well over 200. Now, that death toll is expected to rise within the coming days, but for now, that's all we have to go off of. Now, I've been hearing around the grapevine lately that Antifa and ISIS were both claiming responsibility. Now, ISIS, I can understand because they were probably laughing. They were laughing at the dirty kafir that just got shot. They were mocking the people lying on the ground, bleeding and dying. But Antifa's a curious case. Mainly considering the fact that all they did at this point, up until this point in time, was, well, they assaulted pedestrians, including the alt-right's poster boy for neo-Nazism, Richard Spencer, when some noodly armed army terrorist LARPer straight up sucker punched him in the face and then road runnered out of there. Now, I'm going to put a link to that clip in the description alongside any funds I can find so you can donate to help the victims and their families recover. And I genuinely wish the injured a speedy recovery, and I give my condolences to the dead and their families for losing people they loved. Now then, on to the meat and potatoes of this thing. The main thing here is that the media is probably going to spin this into thinking that the media has a bit of a track record for going after stuff that they don't approve of. For instance, after the Columbine massacre happened, and I've mentioned the Columbine massacre before, see one of my older videos where I look like a mysterious Mr. Enter cosplayer there. Well, they pinned the blame on Doom and the fact that the kids played violent video games like Doom, which in turn led to the establishment of the ESRB, thanks to games like Mortal Kombat way back in '92. And when the Sandy Hook massacre happened, on my birthday no less, people blamed Mass Effect and Dynasty Warriors. Let me say again. People blamed Mass Effect and Dynasty Warriors. I mean, seriously. How ridiculous do you need to be in order to make sure that the stuff you don't like is banned? Now, many people, left, right, now, the first thing they do is make a hashtag it'll probably be called Pray for Vegas. Gee, I wonder why. Now, it is a proven fact that prayers don't work. We don't live in the 12th century anymore. We live in the 21st century. If you people can't get it through your thick heads that you guys, that your dogma and fairy tales aren't real, then you need to be checked into an insane ward stat. 2, the media is going to go into a big old frenzy showing nothing but the graphic images of what happened, which I will not show because of YouTube's stupid terms of service. nervous, and I'm just taking the piss out of YouTube. But what I will say is that do is, well, let's just say things are going to get a little honorable around here. But that being said, people can be a little crazy. This isn't an issue on gun control, is what I'm trying to say here, people. This is an issue of mental disorders. Now then, I'm gonna order some lunch, so this might get a little off topic. Hey, I'll have a big bite. Yeah. Well, a guy like me has got to have something to eat here. Sorry, I'm in the middle of doing a vlog here. Okay. I've been laying out a little powwow about what went down in Vegas. Nobody likes that. Ooh.
Just a hot dog today?
Yeah.
$2.17.
Yeah.
There you go, you're all set.
Thank you. Alright, what was that? Oh yeah. Step 3. Blame something the shooter likes. This harkens back to what went down in with the Columbine massacre. Anyway, you remember earlier in this vlog when I said that the Columbine massacre was blamed on Doom and Wolfenstein? Well, they're probably going to blame it on the fact that he's either a liberal or a Muslim, which further gives ammunition to the God Emperor on why his travel ban is going to be a complete and utter success. Up next, they're going to have scientists and contributors, and I use those two terms very loosely here, to make sure that Americans everywhere only have access to stuff. But here's the kicker. These very same people will say that it is all right to punch a Nazi. Yet they routinely use the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which states that a well-organized militia, and I'm just paraphrasing it here, as the right to keep and bear arms, as well as the citizenry. And I don't see it on any part of the Second Amendment, except that the Constitution that they've written in crayon, that they have managed to hold on. That they managed to make sure that people are willing to protect themselves and their loved ones in the case of some complete and utter jackburger and they're taking their stuff. This also harkens back to what Hoodie Demon and Shane Killian said about guns, which harkens over to our good friends over at California. Now, I got nothing against most Californians. Some of them are nice people. Hell, one of my own is getting hitched there. But California, according to the Brady campaign, the foremost authority on gun control laws, has some of the strictest gun control laws in the entire country. With that being said, I'm laying down a little bit of a powwow for the media for the second part. It's time to stop. I mean, come on, guys. First you go and call out the Don. Close the Donald out. Pull the Don out. Well, my current president, Donald J. Trump, out for, not being a part of the swamp. But now you go ahead and praise a liberal for killing 50 people. They're probably gonna keep that part that he's a liberal Muslim under wraps. And now before I move on to the next thing, which will be, a bit of an impromptu spoiler-safe, but not spoiler-free review of Kingsman: The Golden Circle, I just want to tuck away the angry gearhead persona for a sec. Just speak to you just as a human being. I am well aware of the media's tactics. They keep pushing their fake news narrative so hard and for so long that it's getting pretty ridiculous. Someone's gonna need to drain the swamp here on the media. And Donald Trump, much like Elliot Ness before him, needs to assemble his own team of untouchables in order to combat this current menace. So, I thank you for this moment, your time. As soon as I get a Killbox, which is I'm about to go to, I'm going to lay down a little spoiler-free review for Kingsman. Thank you for your time, and I wish you all luck. Godspeed, folks.